Hello everyone, and to kick off summer of 2020, I am closing questions for Q&A 11, and I'm going to answer them right now. And looking at the comments section, I have a total of 12 comments, which is easily the most we've had out of any of these videos. So you know the drill, I'm going to get right to answering these questions, starting from oldest to newest. So let's begin. From Groovy91, he or she asks, what are some weird and obscure shows you watched as a kid? Well, I can say that I did enjoy watching stuff that was out of the norm, but I don't say they're really obscure. Like, when I was little, I used to watch old cartoons like Popeye, Looney Tunes, Betty Boop, but those are kind of well-known old cartoons. They're not really obscure. I liked watching Boomerang back in the day, so Tom and Jerry and a bunch of Hanna-Barbera stuff, but again, they're not really obscure. And then, of course, what I saw on Cartoon Network, which had a bunch of weird shows like Flapjack, Adventure Time, Regular Show, but they're not obscure, which I think is why this is kind of difficult. I mean, maybe the most obscure I can think of is back in Blockbuster, I discovered those 90s video games kid shows from Deke, so like Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog and such, so that's the only thing. Nothing too obscure aside from those. From Cameron Play Z, he or she asks, ever played Deltarune or ever plan on playing it? Oh, I know about Deltarune, but I don't think I'm going to play Deltarune because I haven't played Undertale, and to be honest, I have very little interest in Undertale. Like, I get the ratings, how it's really highly rated, and the huge fan base behind it, but aside from Pokemon, RPGs aren't really my thing. Like, I'm not into Final Fantasy or Earthbound or something like that. So, it could be a while until I say, you know what, I might throw the $10 and give this a try, but we'll see. From Jetpack Joy 66, he or she asks, where is the Out in the Rain review? It isn't December anymore. Oh, yeah. About that. You're probably tired of me saying this excuse, but it's just, life's been so busy for me the past 6 months. I mean, that was my second semester of school. So much work crammed in, followed by COVID, which made things worse, and I just didn't have the right motivation. I wasn't in the right mood to want to make it by December. I just made the trailer as a way to hype you guys up, and I'm sorry that I lied, almost. It is happening. I am going to do it. How about this? Since it's summer and I have all this free time on my hands, how about I start developing and have the Out of the Rain review released in July? And I promise I won't let it go past July. It could be early, mid, late July, somewhere around that month, you will see the Out in the Rain review from me. So the trailer should now look like this. From Noah Nice, he or she asks, are you interested in taking my ugly villagers in Animal Crossing? Ugly villagers? I'm gonna look up what you put in, cause they can't be really ugly. I mean, it's Animal Crossing, one of the cutest games ever. They can't be that ugly. You can keep them, cause in all seriousness, I'm really desperate on, like, getting the villagers I want. Like, I do have a total of 8 villagers on my island right now, and I'm trying to get rid of Tasha, Walt, and Rocket for villagers that I'd want, like Raymond or Sherb or Sid. Though, I am happy with most of the villagers I do currently own, like Dom and Tammy and Pierce and Sky, so sorry, but I'm not gonna trade with any of yours. Oh, and Noah, protect your kneecaps, you're gonna need them. From Nick Myers, he or she asks, can you please do a top 10 Bluey episodes for season 2? Unfortunately, I can't because I know they're gonna do a season 2 part 2, which is going to be 26 more episodes because they did it with season 1, and I don't want to review a half season because it just doesn't feel right if it's not complete. So I don't know how long it's going to be. I mean, with season 1, it was a 6-month gap. between part 1 and 2 of season 1, so we might not get season 2 until that would be September or October, but who knows? I don't make the show. From Abdul Rahman Gaming and more, he or she asks, what is your favorite episode of Bluey? Check the video out for season 1, and with the previous question, you can understand that I don't have a favorite for season 2 yet. From Kid E Video, Little Singham Rules Established 2020, he or she asks, do you like Little Singham and Daisy and Ollie? I don't think I've ever heard of the show. Let me look it up. Okay, yeah, I've never seen this show before, so I really don't have an answer for that. And same goes for Daisy and Ollie. I've never seen this show before, though it does look like it's made for preschoolers, which I kind of have to say again. Just because I like Bluey doesn't mean I like all shows aimed at preschoolers. It's just Bluey was that one show that clicked on to me. I'm not gonna like every show of a certain demographic. It's like saying, since I like SpongeBob, I like every Nicktoon that has ever existed, or since I like South Park, I like every adult show ever made. It doesn't work like that. Each show's different and unique, and certain shows will catch you, certain shows won't. And like I said, Bluey's that one show that really stuck to me, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna look at every preschool show to have ever existed. From Michael Garrett, he or she asks, yes or no? Oh, very much no. Oh, yes, very, very much no. It's so obvious, it's got to be no. From Dr. Dark, he or she asks, what do you think about Just Jargon's video about Movieunleashers? Oh, yeah. I gave in and watched the 40-minute video, and to be honest, I was left very angry. I'll post the link in the description, but I made a thread on Twitter kind of discussing my opinions on it. I mean, the anger's died down, of course. I mean, I'm not as angry, but it's really a sad story, because for those who are confused, Movieunleashers is a YouTube channel that does, like, South Park parody animations. He's actually behind Starters, the series I've reviewed, and I love his channel. It's very good, though it's a very long story, but just check my Twitter thread and you'll kind of understand, because I feel like if I explain it, my audience is going to be like, what the heck are you talking about? So if you know what the video is, check out my Twitter thread and you'll understand. From Insanity Calamity, he or she asks, could you do a Starters review? Jetpack Joy 66 kind of beat you to that question. From Rayleigh or whatever, he or she asks, will you do Rare Candy or talk about the video about Movieunleashers going insane? Unfortunately, I can't do Rare Candy without doing Out in the Rain first. It just doesn't feel right to go out of order, and once again, I think Dr. Dark beat you to that question. And finally, from that guy, he or she asks, what is best dog? Is that like, you want my opinion, or is that like a legit question? Because I don't know what the best dog would be. If you want me to answer, like, seriously, I can't tell. Like, I'm a big dog person, and with all the dogs I've had, I've never really had a favorite. Like, maybe if I thinked hard enough I could, but it would kind of be impossible, because I'm such a big dog lover, and I've loved every dog I've had or have currently, so in a personal stance I can't answer, but it also sounds like this is a question, so you want me to guess, but there's so many dog breeds out there and famous dogs and whatever that I can't answer that. It's like a mind bender of a question. And those are the questions I've received for Q&A 11. I want to thank you all for commenting and giving me a question to answer, and thank you for making Q&A 11 the biggest Q&A yet with how many questions I've got. I love getting lots of questions, and this is so much fun to do, so thank you guys so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, leave a like. Also, comment below your answers to any of these questions. It would be fun to say your opinions on any of the questions I've answered. Consider subscribing for more Q&As as well as other content, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye.